Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Total Education Celebrity Show. I'm the host of the show, Neil Haley. You can go to my website, TotalTutor.net, to find out more information. Twitter, Total Tutor, Neil S. Haley, Facebook. And we're powered today by the Pro Player Insiders, and I'm so excited. This is the second event we've promoted this week going into the Super Bowl. So I want to first welcome to the program Melissa Mahler, the co-founder and editor of Pro Player Insiders. Melissa, I'm so glad you're calling again, and we had such a good time in our last conversation. It's great to have you back on.
I guess we're going to be family after this. You'll be over for dinner, and maybe Dennis can make some wine suggestions for us. So.
Well, he better educate me on wine. That's one thing I've always, my wife gets on me about is you're not a wine connoisseur. Well, maybe tonight we'll be able to be educated by that.
I hope so, and that's one of the things. We're so excited to team up with Dennis Bullock, and he put together with his team a great event. I actually took wine tasting in college. It was one of our elective classes, so I don't know nearly as much as Dennis, but I got credit for tasting wine on Wednesday night, 6 to 9, so I enjoyed that. And they're involved with some wonderful charities. It's obviously a Super Bowl, and they have great athletes that are going to be stopping by and jazz. And it's just a great way to be part of one of the biggest events, of the year, and to be giving back and having some fun, too. So I wanted just to say thank you, Dennis, for, asking us to be a partner with you in this, and look forward to trying some other great wines. And maybe you could share with us how you came up with the idea and a little bit about the wines and the champagnes that will be available at the event.
Oh, I couldn't miss this opportunity. I was very excited when I heard the Super Bowl was going to come to New Jersey. Being a Jersey boy, I got really excited, and I got my boss from Wine Academy. I'm one of the senior wine consultants here at Wine Academy, and I said to him, we have to do something. And we hooked up with Hope for the Children Foundation, and so we said, let's bring out the best of the best. So what I did, I contacted all my suppliers who really got jazzed up about this wine, and we created a VIP room, which Dom Perignon is our top sponsor there. And we're pouring everything from Hennessy XO. We have a bartender doing mixed drinks at Belvedere. We have a DJ in the Dom Perignon Lounge. We're pouring scotch, various vintages of 18-year-old scotch from Glenmorangie. And also, when I got together with my wine team from different suppliers, we're pouring Faustino, which is 1964, which is from Spain. We're pouring Joseph Phelps Insignia, which is one of the hailed of the best winemakers in Napa Valley. I brought on Italian importer who produces a super Tuscan called Sassicaia. And we're doing just a great line of wines from Silver Oak. I can keep naming them on, but we have a huge lineup. And if you love champagne, Wolf Clicquot is pouring everything in their lineup. Moet Chandon is pouring everything in their lineup. We teamed up with Hope for the Children in the hope to raise some really good funds for the children.
Well, I think that's fantastic, and it's so great to have you guys on the show. And I also know that we'll kind of introduce everyone that's involved in the event, and one of the other big people is Carrie Smalls. Carrie, thanks for calling, and give us a little bit more of an update of this big event coming up in New York.
Not a problem. So the event in New York, in New Jersey, it's just going to be a really great experience for people who want that luxury feel to do something really big, really major during the Super Bowl period, but also having a cause tagged behind it as well, where we offer the beneficiary and the collaborations with the nonprofits. Hope for Children Foundation being one of them, where they seek to give and donate, their proceeds that they raise back to less fortunate children or children with health issues who couldn't afford, maybe insurance otherwise. So that's very interesting as well. Also, another interesting facet about the event is that we also have collaborated with the Smile Design Gallery. They're not new, but relatively fresh on the scene in New York. They're founded by two dentists, Lee and Alex Gauss, but they're like celebrity dentists. So they've worked on like teeth from people like Beyonce to even Jay-Z, if you want to search that far, Alicia Keys. And what's interesting about them is that they're based around art. So Smile Design Gallery has extended their dental services into an art gallery where they collect and sell these paintings from Basquiat and Andy Warhol, and they sell them for over like thousands of dollars. Now, what's interesting about them is that they use all the money that's donated to them that's purchased in art sales. They match that in dental care for children who couldn't afford health coverage otherwise for dental care. So they will be offering 2 pieces at our art auction as well for silent auction. They'll also be collaborating, and a portion of our proceeds will be going towards them as well as the Hope for Children Foundation. And it's just a great way to be involved with the community and also being involved with the NFL. We're going to have players ranging from Brian Jones, who's from the Saints, Lee Rowson, Giants. We're going to have Bob Cranshaw involved. He's also an American jazz bassist, so he's going to be doing like a live show there as well. And it's just going to be a phenomenal event. From our red carpet to our Dom Perignon room, guests invited from, A-list to people that cast on the Real Housewives of, New Jersey, who are now off-branching into events that suit ours. So we're just really excited moving forward.
Well, it seems like everyone is very excited, and Melissa, to be part of this, it must be really exciting, especially to help benefit a charity, but another huge event to really capitalize on the great experience of the Super Bowl coming to New Jersey, New York area, and for you to be part of this. I'm sure you're excited, Melissa, aren't you?
I am, and I love that Dennis pointed out that the Super Bowl's in New Jersey, because, that's a big debate. And the Media Day on Tuesday is at the Prudential Center in New Jersey, and then the Media Center is in New York. So there's a big split that's going on, and both New Jersey and New York are interesting rivalry, but I think it's fun. So, Dennis, you can definitely know you're from New Jersey.
Well, I'll tell you guys one thing. We have they're not going to be able to match our VIP room with the DJ that we have in there, Kiana. It's going to be a really interesting twist to it. Throw in some of those vibes.
And I also know we have on the line one of the NFL players, an NFL legend, a fantastic, when I saw him at the University of Pittsburgh, play for the Vikings and had a superstar NFL career, Chris Doleman. Chris, thanks for calling as well, and how excited are you to be a part of this event?
Well, I'm extremely excited. This is an opportunity to come back to the New York area to represent Dennis and the group and the charities that they're trying to raise money for. I'm based here in Atlanta, and it's just a wonderful opportunity to be able to serve, across the country. The Super Bowl is kind of the NFL's, crown jewel, and to be a part of that, to be a part of, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, to come there and help raise money. It makes you feel good. This is something that is always just been near and dear to my heart for the simple fact that, I have my own, fundraising endeavors, and that's something that I do for a living for a number of different charities. So, Hope for the Children is something that, it touches home. We were all once a child, and we all have children. So, I say most of us have children, so it's a great way to give back, and I'm honored to not only to come in but represent the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Definitely, and that must be just an absolutely tremendous honor. Tell us a little about that, Chris, for our listeners out there.
With the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
Yeah, with the whole representing the Pro Football Hall of Fame and all that stuff.
Well, believe it or not, we're kind of like the second child to, the NFL. And the Pro Football Hall of Fame, basically, we started out in 1960 or 61, I think it is. There is players and coaches that have played or participated in the National Football League. There's been roughly about a little over 20 or 24,000. And out of that 24,000 participants, everyone is eligible for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Thus far, there's only been 280 players ever selected, 51 years or 52 years. So it is very, very, as they would say in the South, high cotton. There's a process that is done that is I think it's 38 writers, 40 writers that make that decision. None of the players have a say in it, and it's all based on your career. What was your impact in the National Football League? Can you, if you talk about the National Football League, can you not mention a guy? And if you can't mention him, then there's a good reason why, there's a good chance he should be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I'm honored. I've never even considered myself as a legend or a great, player. I thought I was a really good player. But, when you walk in a room and there's a Roger Staubach or there is a, Terry Bradshaw or somebody, Joe Green, guys that you, idolize growing up as a kid, it's a humbling experience. I mean, Jim Brown, I haven't been around Jim Brown a lot, but to see him and to see, we're watching film on him when he played and see him today, and it's like, man, what a guy. I mean, how many doors did he knock down for you to get at this position here? So, I mean, it is a who's who, and I take it very seriously when, when I'm not even wearing the yellow jacket, but especially when I put on that yellow jacket and I walk in that I'm representing, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and, I always want to do the best I can do.
Chris, how has your life changed since you were inducted? Tell me some of the things, especially to have that, and then, again, going to the Super Bowl and representing that is such a fantastic thing as well.
Well, I mean, like I said, this is kind of like the NFL's crown jewel, the Super Bowl. The Hall of Famers, and I don't care, you might get a player that walked down the hall or something and someone told they're so-and-so. When you put on that jacket, they might not know who you are, but they knew that you were great. And how does it change your life? Your access to things, your access to companies, charities, getting things done, raising money, being a part of, because people will pay to be in that room. People will pay just to hear those experiences, to shake your hand, get your picture taken with them. They want to be a part of that. You're not going to get the players who are actually participating in the game because they're getting ready for the game. And anybody else, could and could not make it to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But once those guys have those jackets on, you know that you have something special, in your room, and it is it's a great deal. It's a great honor, and I consider it truly an honor. It's not an ego trip. It's just an honor to be able to represent such a wonderful organization, such a wonderful group of guys, and you just do the best you can to do that.
Okay, we're talking to this unbelievable event at the Super Bowl. And Dennis, it's very interesting in a lot of ways when you talk about New Jersey. And now the amount of planning of this and being involved with Melissa and getting all the people for this event, you must be worn out, but it's so excited it's finally coming up soon. Right?
Yes, I'm extremely excited. We're holding on our edges to the chairs every day. It's been a pleasure to feel the excitement of Super Bowl coming to New Jersey and New York. We went through this months and months of preparation, trying to bring out the best NFL players to our event. We have such a great lineup, and of course, New York is a featured household with Broadway going on. But we in New Jersey just thought that we going to do something really exciting. So with my connections in New Jersey, I wanted to do a huge wine tasting and just bring out the best of NFL. We have Steiner Sports coming out, and we're going to do a silent auction. I have Bob Cranshaw, which is a world-renowned jazz musician. He is the guy that we grew up on. I know me. He was the guy who was the player for Electric Company in Sesame Street. He also played with Ella Fitzgerald. He's done the world-famous song Sidewinder with Lee Morgan. This, it's unbelievable how this thing spent off from just starting off, okay, we're going to just do a small wine tasting, and then it went from the Chart House, and, okay, let's do it at the Chart House. Chart House is a 4-star restaurant with a Manhattan skyline view, and it's totally incredible.
It seems like it's totally incredible, and I'm more and more getting jealous, Melissa. You're going to be there, and I won't have the opportunity to attend this event. And Carrie, I'm telling you, I'm sure being part of this promotion, the buzz is unbelievable for this event, isn't it? With the who's who stars being there, the best wine and other drinks, and the red carpet, everything must just be just exciting as can be when you're talking it up, right, Carrie?
Yeah, we're really moving. I mean, we have press ranging from the Huffington Post to the Examiner to Asiance magazine, which is one of like the biggest Asian women's focused magazines, to Vibe, which focuses a little bit more on the celebrity hip hop side. Our red carpet is going to be filled with a lot of tastemakers, a lot of people who really influence the culture. So we have like Alicia Maria, who is a designer, and she designs like these hundreds of $1,000 diamond and python bags, and we have anybody from Kathy Wakili, and we have as well as Heather and Cliff Robinson, who is a retired NBA couple, and just a lot of people who are really now doing things in nonprofit organizations that are similar to Taste of the Best Wine. So, and anybody who's able to stop on a red carpet, from Jermaine Paul, who was season 2 winner of The Voice and opening up for Alicia Keys, to Damien Escobar, who is a 2-time Emmy Award-winning violinist, is going to be there as well. And just a lot of notables, and trying to capture that all in press is going to be phenomenal.
Well, it definitely for the New Jersey, New York area, what a fantastic thing. And Melissa, you've covered other Super Bowls, and you've been part of events at other Super Bowls. What do you feel about this buzz, New Jersey, New York, to get the Super Bowl, and especially this red carpet and the whole thing you're going to be involved with? I know you're enthused as well and fired up, I'm sure.
Well, I think that whole event is on its own very exciting. I think that it's the first time to have the Super Bowl in New York. It's got a lot of buzz going. I mean, there is probably no other city in the world. Yes, I'm biased, like New York. And just the fun that's being had between New York and New Jersey. Outside of the weather concerns, I think it's just a wonderful venue to have such a great event. And I think that, for all the players, like we were talking before, the Hall of Fame players, the former players, the current players, everybody just kind of comes together to enjoy and build up and to, be with other people that they've played with too. I don't know, Chris, from your experience, one of the things that I've always found amazing is just that whole sense of community and family, whether you played on the same team with somebody or you played against them. Like these types of things, especially Super Bowl and then, later on in draft, just brings so many great people together, and it's wonderful to hear the stories and the first-hand accounts of some of the greatest sports moments and personal moments.
And definitely, and I know, Chris, you want to expound on that. I mean, the fact that this camaraderie you have, this family of getting together every Super Bowl to be with lots of players and to really reminisce about the days and to really talk about and learn about their lives and how things are going and have concern as well. And wearing that jacket, you feel like you're a definite ambassador to the NFL as well.
Well, absolutely. I tell you what, being retired and being in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, there's nothing more gratifying than spending time with teammates, spending time with opponents, and all the alumni brotherhood of the National Football League. You just don't get that opportunity when you're playing to go to someone's house and, go out and have a drink or go play around the golf. But you have all of that, when you're retired. And trust me, I mean, players, there is no air that you have just because one is wearing a yellow jacket versus someone else. If there's anything that is shared, is that we were all part of the same team. We were all, have a certain brotherhood that is tied to us from playing in the National Football League. Now, keep in mind, the NFL's been around a long time. I mean, a long time. I want to say probably 80-something plus years. But to have that ability to reach back and see different guys, no matter how long you played, how few games you played in, if you were a star, if you were just a guy who was on the team, we all had to go through the same thing. So that part of this, the Super Bowl is kind of like our big convention. It's kind of like our, like I said earlier, our crown jewel. It's a chance for the New York Giants players to welcome the rest of the league to their city, and the Jets to, and have guys feel that, man, this is a great opportunity to help all of us and be, have this camaraderie together.
And it definitely is needed to be, because specifically you guys have to definitely have that family atmosphere, especially with the challenges that go on, how short the NFL is, and when you have people that you can count on, Chris, especially when you see some of your brethren suffering in certain aspects, in certain situations, hey, I'm here for you. And when you get to hang out and then you hear about a player that's in need based on, being injured or having a tough life, you're there to kind of also be a help for them and an encouragement towards them when you get together, almost like a family reunion.
Absolutely. I'd tell you, I'm going to see guys there that I haven't seen, 15 years, 20 years, since the first time I got into the league. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're all part of that same family. And, we're all part of, there's one group of players, no matter where you are in the league, they will always join this group, and that's the alumni, because we're all going to be, at some point in time going to be released or traded or cut or whatever the case may be, but there's going to be an alumni player eventually. So to keep that spirit and that love for each other strong, this is what you got to do. This is what you do.
Absolutely. And now, Dennis, are there still opportunities for our listeners out there, especially close to the New York, New Jersey area, to attend the event and things like that, and ways that they can be involved to help if they aren't able to attend?
There is a website, enenj.com. You can go to and you can support by donating. And the best thing about our event, that I feel that as far as value, you can go to our event, have a relaxed time, see players, listen to jazz, have a DJ, and you can still taste some of the best wines. As I speak, I just got my shipment of Dom Perignon for the event, and I just cracked a bottle, and I'm sorry, I'm sipping on it while you guys talking. I'm so sorry.
Well,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that the luxury of my job is being the owner of E&E and also the head wine consultant at Wine Academy. I get to taste a lot of product.
But I think we have to do the next interview in person here.
I think we need to get a round table, and I'll supply.
Well, and when I was hearing also they're talking about, how cold weather Super Bowls, I was hearing that the Rooneys want to have it in Pittsburgh. If that happens, I might be getting to see a lot of you guys soon. And if that ever happens, I was here. They were talking about that as a story. So now I want to kind of get the final point of this, Melissa, and the point of, for people, almost a call to action to come to this event and what it's going to mean, especially if they've decided they're considering to go during the whole Super Bowl week to be a part of this event. What would you say, Melissa, would be that take home, especially attend the event Dennis is throwing and also the other events you're having? What would you say that say they got to get off their seat and say, hey, I got to be there?
Well, I think the neat thing about this event, it's very classy. As Dennis talked about, there's some fabulous wines and scotches and the jazz, and the fact that you get a chance to meet and interact in a great environment with, some celebrities and athletes that you might have watched on TV or watched on TV now. In an environment, it's not, it's not a club, it's not this, it's something that you can actually engage with people. And it's Thursday, so, the week really just starts to kick off. I mean, all of us will be there on Monday, but, it's a great time to start off your Super Bowl experience. And if you don't have tickets to the game, it's still a way to be part of it and, meet some great people and give back to the community.
That was fantastic, Melissa. Great way to give them that call to action. So we're going to go to Carrie right now. Carrie, one thing to take home from this opportunity and where our listeners out there can purchase tickets and also donate and be involved in all the activity that's going on in this event.
One thing to take home from this experience would definitely be the opportunity to network with a room full of amazing individuals. And not just individuals who are there for the moment, but individuals who have a history behind them. You have, NFL Hall of Famers. You'll have the best of the best celebrity publicists. You'll have, CEOs of marketing firms and might shake hands with, your next potential, boss, for that case in networking. Tickets can be purchased through the website, www.enenj.com. You'll see the options on there. There are two different packages, VIP, obviously, and general admission. And it's just really going to be great. Honestly, for the price in this area, the way things are so highly and overly priced in New York anyway, what you're getting from the cigar rollings to the live entertainment to the meet and greets to the take-home gifts, for the price that, the tickets are, is just truly, truly an amazing event. So we're looking forward to it, and we'll see everyone on Thursday.
Well, I hope everyone that's listening says, okay, I'm going to change plans, especially I'm in the East Coast, and I'm going to go out there and do this. And I wish I could for sure. And, Chris, do you have a foundation or something, Chris, that you're promoting right now? Any website for yourself, Chris?
Well, my company is Celebrity Charitable Networks. And you can always find me at Chris Doleman if you Google me. But CelebrityCharitableNetwork.com is my company. And what we do is basically we raise money for nonprofits. I'm helping dentists with this one here. We're not so much doing the fundraising for them, but I'm just, showing my presence and spending some time there. I'll be there the whole night. So, I shouldn't say I'm just showing my presence. But that's what we do. We do it all on an online basis. So everything we do is online. But, if the listeners have, some ideals or some charities that they need some help with, fundraising, just go to, I can be reached at Chris Doleman at ChrisDolemanProAuctions.com. The company is CelebrityCharitableNetwork.com. And, reach out to us. I'm sure we can help them with something.
Well, Chris, every Pitt player I have on, and the Hall of Fame Pitt player, which I love, the NFL Hall of Famer, go ahead and say hail to Pitt for us. You have to do that.
Can I say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hail to Pitt.
All right. Hail to Pitt.
And I will say this here, even though Pitt's team has not performed as well as they have in the past, I think we're number 4 in the Pro Football Hall of Fame as players that are inducted. So I think we have, I want to say we have 8 or 10. We're between 8 or 10 players. And, I'm very proud to represent the University of Pittsburgh. And, it's home, man.
All right, hail to Pitt. That's all. I'm biased, but hey, that's when I was talking to Chrissy, and Chrissy said, "You have a chance to talk to Chris Doleman." I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" Again, I remember watching you play, and what an amazing experience. So, Melissa, where can we find information on Pro Player Insiders? And then we have to say goodbye. But I wish we could talk for hours. Such a great cast for this event.
Well, thank you. Well, you can find more information about Pro Player Insiders at ProPlayerInsiders.com. And we have all different events and stories about athletes, current and former, on and off the field, NFL wives, moms, and just an amazing group of people that kind of take us behind the scenes. And then on Twitter, we're at Player Insiders.
All right, and you can find my information at TotalTutor.net, Twitter, Total Tutor, Neil S. Haley, Facebook. Thanks again. Enjoy the extravaganza, all the great events at the Super Bowl, and I appreciate talking to all of you, and it was fantastic to talk to you. Carrie, you have a website too, right, to promote your PR firm? What is that? Yeah.
www.smallsrelations, SMALLS, relations.com.
Well, I wanted to make sure everyone got their plugs, and it was great talking to you guys, and have a great time at the Super Bowl, and hail to Pitt. Good talking to you guys.
Hail to Pitt.
All right. You're listening to Total Education Celebrity Show on the Total Education Network, and we'll be back in just a moment.